Some breaking news now coming in from Assam, where Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, DK Shivakumar, is in Jorhat, where he met with Zubeen Garg's wife, the singer who died in Singapore on the 19th of September due to drowning in the sea. But remember, there have been various controversies and questions raised about the manner in which he died. Initially, it was said that he died by drowning in the sea. However, this issue is now being investigated because of the huge outpouring of grief and anger following Zubeen Garg's death. We've also seen the politics, in a sense, also taking place. The Assam government has said they will get to the bottom of any issue, any questions regarding his death in terms of the investigation. Zubeen Garg's manager Siddharth Sharma and the festival organizer were arrested by the police. But let's go across to Saurabh Gupta now for more. Before that, let's just listen into what DK Shivakumar had to say. Well, let's go across to Saurabh now for more. And Saurabh, as we said, it's also become very political. Now Congress also there meeting with Zubeen Garg's wife. Give us more details of what's taken place today.
Well, DK Shivakumar, of course, represented the Indian National Congress at this event. And of course, he said the Indian National Congress and Rahul Gandhi stand by all of Zubeen Garg's supporters. This, of course, comes in the backdrop of all the questions that have been raised regarding Zubeen Garg's death in Singapore. And of course, those questions have continued to linger even as the investigation picks up pace. Just this morning, two of the prime accused, Shamkanu Mahanto and of course Siddharth Sharma, who Zubeen Garg's manager, was arrested. But look at these crowds. The crowds continue to pour into this Jorhat stadium as fans and people who want to remember Zubeen gather here and of course try and pay tribute to him, as Zubeen's family also is here. In fact, we'll try and get in a few voices. Zubeen आपके लिए क्या मायने रखते हैं? आप आज यहाँ पे आए हैं.
हमको बहुत पहले तो हम आज बहुत लकी है कि ये यहाँ पे ऑर्गेनाइज किया गया है. हमको इतना मौका मिला है ये देखने के लिए और आके बहुत दुख हो रहा है और बहुत अच्छा फील हो रहा है कि आखिरकार हम इनको ऐसी श्रद्धांजलि देने का हमको मौका मिला है. वो यहाँ के बहुत बड़े स्टार हैं और हमारे लिए बहुत मायने रखते हैं. पूरे असम में वो उनका बहुत बड़ा अस्तित्व है.
आज बाहर से भी लोग आके उनको श्रद्धांजलि दे रहे हैं, उसके बारे में क्या कहेंगे? बाहर से भी बहुत लोग आ रहे हैं आज श्रद्धांजलि देने.
हाँ, हम भी आए हैं. बहुत दुख की बात है. हम ऐसे आ रहे हैं उनके लिए. हाँ जी.
So, I mean, a lot of people, a lot of Zubeen fans here, remembering him fondly, remembering his service. And you can see, of course, the crowds show no signs of thinning at this point. A huge line, men and women, of course, separately, but you can see the crowds continue to pour in to say pay tribute one last time to Zubeen Garg. In fact, we'll try and get in another voice. Ma'am, what brings you to pay tribute here? आप आज यहाँ आए हैं, बाहर से भी बहुत लोग आए हैं. Zubeen Garg जोरहाट के लिए क्या है?
हम एक्चुअली असामीज में बात करूँगा. जुबीन गार्ग तो हमारा बेटा जैसा है. जुबीन मोर ল'ৰা নিচিনা. সি মোৰ ঘৰত নিজে আহে, আমাৰ ঘৰত খাই বৈ যায়. মোৰ নাম ননী দেৱী. আমাৰ পৰিয়ালৰ লগত তাৰ খুবেই ভাল আৰু সি মোৰ নিজৰ ল'ৰা নিচিনা.
Women have been coming in here to pay tribute. Ma'am, क्या आप कुछ बोल रहे थे?
हाँ, जुबीन गार्ग हमारा सबका हृदय में है. असम का सबका लोगों का घर घर में जुबीन गार्ग का छोटा बच्चा तक तो जुबीन गार्ग का बहुत प्यार है.
And that's the sentiment. And there's also a lot of people who are coming, and the family of Zubeen Garg also, waiting at that place where his ashes have been kept to acknowledge the presence of these people as they come in to pay tribute to Zubeen Garg here in Jorhat at the district stadium of Jorhat in Assam.
Saurabh, and once again, I mean, massive crowds there behind you. Everybody's been taken aback by the huge outpouring of grief that has taken place, and at his funeral, again, we saw massive crowds. Given this, there is some politics as well, and the Congress keen to also be seen, supporting Zubeen's family, his wife. Therefore, we saw, those images of Garima Garg and DK Shivakumar, who's come and met with the wife, isn't it? Right, Saurabh, if you can hear me?
Yes.
Right, Saurabh, I was just saying that given, the huge popularity Zubeen Garg enjoyed, the politics or politicians also wanting to be seen supporting his family, and that's why today, we saw those images of Garima Garg, DK Shivakumar coming across to meet with Zubeen Garg's wife.
Absolutely, cutting across party lines, actually, politicians have come here. But yes, the Congress party also here. And remember, this is Garima Garg's constituency, and he's the deputy leader of the Congress party in the Lok Sabha. And therefore, of course, politically too, it wouldn't, politically it would be difficult for him, and also perhaps not wise of him to not be here. And the Congress party also recognizing that it also needs to be involved, given the fact that there are questions. Fans have questions about what has happened. But in all of that also, we've seen the Congress party come here, including, DK Shivakumar, the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, to make a statement to show that, yes, politically too, the Congress wants to be seen as, supporting the family of DK Shivakumar, of Zubeen Garg, with the presence of DK Shivakumar here in Jorhat, Assam, at the district stadium, where you can see the crowds continuing to swell as the day progresses. In fact, we've seen these kinds of lines from 7 in the morning, and not one bit has the line stopped or the crowds have thinned, and that's the kind of love and outpouring and support that Zubeen Garg commands. And therefore, irrespective of political party, no political party would obviously risk being seen as, not being seen as supporting the demands for a probe, and also answering those questions that have been asked by lakhs and lakhs of fans who believe that there was some sort of negligence, if not criminal intent, in Zubeen Garg's death.
That's right, Saurabh. Speaking about the probe, there is a lot of emotion, there's a lot of anger. As you said, the public wants to blame somebody, given, how this death took place. It was a drowning incident is what initially was the news, that Zubeen Garg was swimming in the sea and he drowned. In fact, his manager, who has now been arrested, Siddharth Sharma, I beg your pardon, and the organizer, they too had put out statements in the public. They too were taken aback that they were being blamed for Zubeen Garg's death, given that they were quite devastated by his death as well, isn't it?
Yes, and the people who've been arrested is, of course, the festival organizer, Shamkanu Mahanta, and, of course, the manager of Zubeen Garg. Now, what the fans have been saying, and what those who've been questioning their role have been saying, is that, look, you were responsible for him. And at some point, of course, the organizers weren't aware of this yacht party. The family wasn't aware. In fact, we spoke to Garima Garg. My colleague Ratnadeep spoke to her yesterday. This morning, we got, again, a reaction from her after the arrest. And she's also clearly demanded an investigation. And that investigation is picking up pace with the arrest of Shamkanu Mahanta and Siddharth Sharma. But obviously, this is beyond that. The question that the fans are asking is it negligence? Is it limited to negligence? Is there more to it? The police also spoke to NDTV exclusively. A top police officer spoke to NDTV, who's, with the SIT that is probing this case, and said that, look, we're looking at all these angles. There is enough to go and arrest them. They've been arrested, and that's based on the FIRs. Multiple FIRs have been filed in this case, and based on those FIRs, those arrests have been made. So yes,
all right.
the police
Thanks so much,
believe that there
Saurabh.
is
We're just going to go across and
material on
listen
hand
to what DK Shivakumar had to say. He met with Zubeen Garg's wife.
On behalf of Indian National Congress and Rahul Gandhi, Mr. Zubeen Garg is one of the greatest ambassadors of Assam ever had. I pray his family and his followers and fans the great loss, not only to his family, for the entire country and the music world.
All right, so that was DK Shivakumar speaking after meeting with Zubeen Garg's wife, Garima Garg. Now, as Saurabh was saying, Garima Garg earlier spoke to NDTV on the arrest of the two accused and maintained that a probe must be conducted to understand what happened in the last few moments of the singer's life.
अभी इन लोगों से पूछताछ करके सब कुछ निकालना चाहिए एक्चुअली क्या हुआ था. वी हैव टू नो दैट एंड दैट्स द इन्वेस्टिगेशन इज ऑन. सो law will take its own way and it will proceed that way. So we all should cooperate. That's the thing.